Honourable members, I've got two pieces of communication to make.
A day after National Assembly Speaker Moses Wetangula notified members of Parliament that the NG-CDF billions that had for months remained inaccessible following a Supreme Court decision in September rendering the fund unconstitutional will begin to be disbursed in a week's time as per an advisory by Attorney General, the smiles on the faces of the MPs may evaporate sooner rather than later. According to legal experts, the fund is still unconstitutional, the advisory by AG Justin Muturi indicating that the fund is still in force, notwithstanding.
It is very much possible that we will see a suit being brought to the courts any time from now, because the basis on which the law was found unconstitutional has not changed. The position was that you cannot have the members of parliament managing a fund which is seen as falling within the executive, because that created a conflict of interest, because they are supposed to actually oversight a fund which now they are the ones managing.
In the advisory sought by Treasury CS Njuguna Ndung'u, who says he will begin disbursing 2 billion shillings weekly for the next 23 weeks to the NG-CDF kitty, AG Justin Muturi maintained that the NG-CDF Act of 2015 has itself not been expressly declared unconstitutional despite the ruling by the Apex Court. Muturi further stated that another matter touching on the legality of NG-CDF was still pending in court, and thus the fund will remain operational until ruled otherwise.
Based on the foregoing guidance, the Attorney General has therefore advised that the NG-CDF Act of 2015 technically remains in force until such express declaration is formally made by the High Court or other superior courts as may be seized of the matter on appeal.
But according to constitutional experts, the advisory might at best be buying time for the MPs to utilize the fund. They insist that the finding by the Supreme Court that the fund offends the principle of separation of powers between the executive and legislature is final. They have further ruled out any possibility of the CDF being entrenched in law under the current constitution.
What they should do, in my opinion, is they should focus on lawmaking, make laws for the country. They should do the second responsibility, which is to oversight the executive. And we've seen that in the last 10 years, Parliament has totally abdicated that responsibility. And they have either become, they have been either protecting the executive or the opposition instead of playing the role of protecting the citizens.
If so, this could come as a blow to MPs who on Thursday, in their final normal sitting this year, before proceeding for the December long recess, welcomed Muturi's advisory.
We are very well prepared. You know, when you want to build your own house, you start by laying the foundation. And the way you lay your foundation will determine how strong the house will be.
A block on the disbursement could also put the new Attorney General on a legal warpath with the judiciary, hence reigniting legal battles between the executive and the judiciary. David Muthoka, KTN News.